This is Leafeon with Yanmega. Honestly, it is my favorite deck for this season, and if you're asking why, it is because a really fast deck when it comes to energy build up and manipulation. It is consistent with the game plan, it is versatile, it has many options, and it has a strong comeback potential because it has some defensive plays with a lot of healing. Here is the full deck list, and if you want to see a breakdown of this deck list, please stick around. But if you just want to go and see the replays, that is just fine, just go to this timestamp. And please consider liking and subscribe, that will help me so much to grow up the channel. So one of this deck's biggest strengths, it is the consistency. Being able to use Pokeball, Professor Research, and Pokemon Communication makes it easier to get everything that you need. In my personal opinion, a strong deck in any kind of card game should have a strong, powerful core strategy, may have a reliable execution for that strategy, and should be flexible enough to be able to adapt. In this case, we are looking that we are only going to be playing one Yanma and 2 copies of Eevee. That is because we're going to prioritize Leafeon as the main evolution line in early game. You can see that we're only playing water energy. That is because this way we can use Irida effectively. It is something that we can use because, as you can see, Leafeon only needs 1 grass energy and he can build that for himself. And on the other hand, we have Yanmega, but Yanmega only uses colorless energy, so that is okay. We have as defensive healing options Erika and Irida. That is going to be something that you're going to use really frequently, especially in the early game, to keep Yanma and Eevee alive before they evolve. We're also going to be using Cyrus because this card is really important. It's going to stop the opponents when they try to retreat the main Pokemon that they had on the front line. So if they're trying to escape or they're going to try to play a little bit more defensively, you can always use Cyrus to finish any Pokemon that Leafeon attack early. We're also going to be playing 1 copy of Sabrina because, well, this deck may struggle at some times with the type of deck that puts a really tanky defensive Pokemon on the front line while they're trying to build up a backline boss. So we are going to use Sabrina in those cases. And one of the cards that I consider that are really important is Giant Cape. It is essential for surviving key attacks like Palkia's 150 damage, or maybe a combo with Arceus or Arceus and Rocky Helmet, because if you put those two together, it can go to 150 damage also. So yeah, that is going to be the main idea of the deck list. Now, if we're talking about some kind of tips and tricks about this deck, you must remember that it doesn't matter if you go first or second. Usually by the 3rd turn, Leafeon should be attacking or ready to attack and setting up Yanmega in the backline. Second, usually Leafeon is an opener or the first attacker, and Yanmega is going to be the finisher. If the opponent's Pokemon has 140 hit points or less, Leafeon can finish the job. It doesn't matter if Yanmega is there or not. Please be careful with Eevee and Yanma in early game. Just because they need only 1 energy doesn't mean that you have or you're forced to attack, especially if the opponent has a Rocky Helmet built in. You're only going to attack in that case if you know that the opponent Pokemon has more than 140 hit points, or if the evolved version of that Pokemon has more than 140 hit points. Okay, now we're just going to step into some matches and see this deck in action, okay? Okay, so we're going to see our first match. We're going to go second. We're going to start with Yanma on the front, and we're going to face some kind of water type deck with an Eevee on the front line. So to me, that means we're going to face Palkia with the classic Vaporeon and Manaphy. We already have 1 Leafeon on our hand and Yanmega on our hand, and he's going to show that effectively he's going to have Manaphy and Palkia, so he has 2 of the 3 combo pieces that he needs for that deck to work out. We're going to start with 1 energy on Yanma, attacking for 20 onto that Eevee. Professor Research from my opponent, giving him 2 extra cards. He's going to attack with that Eevee, trying to risk it into having 3 coin flips on his favor, only 1. We're going to retreat this Yanma, and what we're going to do next is that we're going to put this Eevee on the front line, trying to evolve into Leafeon and take advantage of the energy manipulation and energy generation. So now we're going to pass the turn to our opponent. He's going to put 1 energy on that Palkia. Already has 2 energy on the field. He's going to attack. No luck there. And now it is our turn. And now for sure we have 1 Yanmega, 1 Leafeon on the field. Leafeon with the 3 energies that he needs and trying to set up this Yanmega. Professor Research for another 2 cards that we're going to use one of those, the Giant Cape, to make sure that this Leafeon has over 150 hit points. That's because we need to survive the 150 hit from that Palkia. Now Manaphy on the front, he's going to generate another 2 energy, meaning that he is going to end this turn with 4 energy on the field. We're going to be able to one-shot this Manaphy with 1 attack from our Leafeon, generate even more energy, so now Yanmega is completely ready to attack and just get that 1 hit. Okay, so now he decided to go with that Palkia on the front. If he gets the Vaporeon, he is going to be able to move all the energy to Palkia and attack, but Leafeon is not going to just die from that attack. All the energy is moved to the front, but now he is going to use Cyrus to move my Yanmega on the front. That's going to give him 2 points, so we're equal in this moment. In this moment I have some kind of advantage because I am able to stay over 150 with the Giant Cape, and as long as I am able to hit this Palkia 3 times, I'm going to be able to win this match. He needs a lot of turns to be able to set up this Palkia attack to get the 4 energy that he needs, and in each turn he is going to try to attack me for those 30 damage to keep me under 150. I'm gonna keep attacking. We know that next turn we can hit 1 more time to finish the game. He knows that he cannot win with the energy that he has so far, so he is going to use that Misty, enough energy to attack but not to win. If he attacks, I live with 10 hit points, so he's going to change, move 1 energy to the other Palkia, attacking for 30, keeping me under 150. And now what I can do is just use that Cyrus that is really helpful with the Pokemon that needs or try to retreat, hit for 70, and that way I'm going to finish this game. I really like that match because it shows all the defensive capabilities of the deck, because it has so much or so many opportunities to heal. But now we're going to be facing this Darkrai deck with Eevee on the front line. We do not have our Leafeon, so we're not going to be able to evolve. But what we can see is that I do have this Yanmega evolution line already on my hand. So in this kind of situation, it is better to just commit all the energy that I'm going to have into Yanma and Yanmega, because I know that with 1 hit from Yanmega, it is 120 damage plus 20 damage because of Darkrai's weakness to grass, so it is 1 shot for sure. And now what we are going to be able to use, it is this Giant Cape on Eevee, because that way we're going to force this Darkrai to use this skill but also the attack. If we do not do that, he's going to use the skill to end Eevee and attack for 80 damage into Yanmega. So now we are forcing him into act in a different way, but that is going to be something that we're going to take as an advantage, because now we're going to make sure that Yanmega has 3 energy and is going to be able to attack and one-shot Darkrai, leaving him in a field with some Pokemon that had some evolutions but no energy at all. So now we're here in an advantage. He is going to evolve into Crobat with Arceus on the backline. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage, but since Crobat only has 110 hit points, he's not going to survive one attack from Yanmega. Now, for the next match, we're going to be having Eevee on the front line against Dialga EX. He's going to put that helmet, and now we're going to use one of the things that I teach you before in the breakdown of deck, and it is attack with Eevee, even if he has a Rocky helmet, because that way we make sure that he's under 140 hit points, and we're going to be able to finish that with 2 attacks of Leafeon. We are comfortable in this position because he does need 2 energy to be able to start attacking us, but we're going to have in our second turn all the energy that we need to start attacking with Leafeon, and he needs 4 energy to be able to attack with Dialga for 100, so we're in a really good spot right now. Now, if he doesn't have any way to heal, like a potion or any way to retreat, he is going to lose that game, so he just decided to concede that time. Okay, next match we're going to face any kind of psychic type of deck. So far we know that he used psychic energy and he is going to be able to use shaming. So he is going to be able to hit or heal for 10 damage each turn. Now he reveals that he is going to be using Togekiss with Cresselia EX. I'm not sure if Cresselia is the best Pokemon to complement that deck, but it is his choice. I'm going to attack for 20 with this Eevee because there's no reason to not do it, but also because if he uses this giant cape, I'm not going to be able to one-shot with Leafeon next turn. So now he evolves to Togetic, put 1 energy, and he's going to heal for 10 damage. Now we're going to draw 1 Sabrina, evolve into Leafeon, put all the energy that we need to be able to attack and one-shot this shaming. Evolve to Yanmega, use the Professor Research to have even more resources. We are already able to heal twice in this moment with Irida, so we're in a good spot. We get our first point against that shaming. He evolves into Togekiss and put that Rocky helmet. 2 energy, he's going to be able to attack for 60, but in the next turn he's going to be able to attack for 120. And even if I attack that Pokemon, I'm going to have other 20, so it's going to be 140 for the Pokemon that stays on the front. So in this position I am thinking, what should I do? Should I use that Sabrina to change the Pokemon? Or maybe I know that if Leafeon stays on the front line, he is going to lose because, well, he's going to attack for 120. So what I decided to do, and this is not the best play here, is to put this Eevee, change the Leafeon, because I'm thinking, well, if I'm going to lose a Pokemon, I'd rather to lose just 1 point and not lose 2. But the thing is, if I use Sabrina in this point, it is better because I don't give him the chance to build energy on Cresselia and be able to move back to Togekiss in his turn. So here he removes my Eevee, getting 1 point. I move Yanmega to the front line, give him I use this Sabrina. If he changes to Togetic, he's going to lose Togetic. If he moves to Cresselia, he's going to be able to withstand 1 attack, but he does not have the energy to move it back to the backline and survive. Right now, the only thing that I needed to do was to put 1 extra energy in Yanmega and attack, but here he allows me to show this thing where you're able to change the front line multiple times with this deck because you generate energy so fast that you can do that. Put 1 energy here, 1 energy there, change the Pokemon, and have everything ready for the next turn also. Okay, we're going to go for this next match, and we're going to start with Eevee on the front line. We know that we're going to face some kind of grass deck because it does the energy that he has, but he starts with Arceus on the front, so I'm starting to think, okay, this must be Carnivine, right? Okay, he starts with Arceus with Rocky Helmet, and here I am going to do something that I'm not supposed to. Attack into one Pokemon that I know that I can hit twice to remove it with Leafeon. But that's going to come into my advantage. The only time that this come into my advantage was in this game, because he was being forced to use that potion. Now, if he does not have any other potion, he is not going to be able to put a giant cape on this Arceus, so I'm going to be able for sure to double hit this Arceus for game. Okay, so now it is his turn, and he's going to put another energy, attack me, because for some reason he doesn't have any other basic to get more damage there. I'm going to try to heal with Erika, but he's going to just surrender before that. And that's it. That's the end of the replays and the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching until this point. I really appreciate it, and if you have any kind of feedback or anything like that about the video, please let me know in the comments. Okay? See you next time. Thank you so much.